that one there, you found something flipping through the pages that I find remarkable, actually.
Yes, it is remarkable. It shows a man laying down to drive, and then it's what looks like and appears to be, I don't know what you can or can't see on there, but there is a man laying down.
Hold it up to this camera over here.
Right there is a man laying down. Then there's a whole aperture over here-ish showing him laying down. And then it shows brain activity, shows pedals, steering wheel, and some other stuff.
That's a steering wheel?
I'm guessing so.
Oh, okay.
I'm not entirely sure. It almost looks a little inappropriate, if not provocative.
From Olympic City and the home of Pikes Peak, this is the Automotive ADHD Show with Matt West.
And here we are, rocking it on the Automotive ADHD Show. Got a really exciting show for you today because we are going to talk about a wide variety of things. Pikes Peak Hill Climb is definitely going to be one of them. That has happened. It has come. It is gone. I was there. It was crazy. We're going to talk about that. We are going to hear from Brett Dickey, one of the Pikes Peak Hill Climb drivers as well. I have an interview with him that we're going to run. And then beyond that, well, we have Jim Miller, just a guy, joining me here in the garage studio. Jim, welcome onto the show.
Hello. I don't think I need to really be welcome. I'm almost like the, what was that, half-baked, the guy on the couch? Hey, guy on the couch. Hey.
That's him. That's him.
Still here.
When I need show prep. In fact, when I do the show solo, he's just here anyway. He's waiting in the background, and he's just waiting.
Sleeping under a car.
Yeah. Just don't sleep under the Harbor Freight jack stands if that's holding it up. You got to be careful of that. Yeah,
they've been working so far.
No, actually, Harbor Freight's jack stands are they're actually quite good now. I actually like them quite a bit. But
I'm surprised you haven't got them to sponsor you yet somehow.
Well, there might be something in the works. There might be. Those gold ratchets ain't paying for themselves, you know.
All right. Okay.
So anyway, but Jim, I have to address this because when you got here, and if you're watching on video, by the way, the studio looks a little different because instead of doing this at the radio station, we are in the garage studio. We are configured to do a show in here. I've got a crusty, rusty piece of, can you hear that? That's Japanese rust right there. And I got that.
Japanese tetanus.
Yep, Japanese tetanus. Actually, there's some rust right down there. I should probably not cut my finger on it. But anyway, I do have my tetanus shot. I'm up to date. So, but Jim, we're here at the Automotive ADHD Global Headquarters, and you have been teasing me since I got back from Japan. You said, hey, I got something. And I was like, what is it? You'll have to wait and see. What is it? Yeah, well, I don't know. And then you send me cryptically today a picture of this green Celica. And then what you arrive in is not a green Celica.
No.
And before we talk about what it is you arrived in, I have a video clip of this. So if you're listening on radio, you're going to have to use the theater of the mind because
the theater of the mind,
because this is
imagination.
Video. This is video. Now, if you do want to see the video, you can check that out online. This show is on YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, Spotify, which does video, and basically everywhere where fine shows and mine are downloaded. So let's get to this clip right here. Let's play this. Problem though, I feel misled because this guy has been sending me pictures of a green Celica, and he said I got something. And then what does he show up in? Is it a Toyota, but not a Celica? This isn't a green Celica. Yeah. This is, well, I mean, I'll commend.
I actually kind of like this thing though. For a USDM car, I'm enjoying it because I get all right-hand drive, snobby. It's from Japan. Look at me, I drive like a mailman.
See, I do commend you on the color though. This is. Do you?
I think I only have one other red car. I have an MR2 that's red, and then.
I mean, this fits in right here. Do you see the trend that I've got going on with everything in here? Yeah, but anyway,
there's a Red Hot Chili Pepper joke in here somewhere.
There's somewhere.
We'll keep it PG-13.
Somewhere, but I do feel betrayed when I'll put in the video the pictures that you sent me, and this is very clearly not that. But I think this is very cool though. This is a win.
I like it. I think it's. I like.
So, Jim, we haven't actually said what it is. The viewers on video do at this point know what it is, but how does it feel to own a Subaru?
Yeah, and it's better than owning a BMW. I will tell you that much.
Oh, yeah.
A Supra, I don't have one of those. I don't like them.
My favorite, the BMW Supra.
Yeah, this is actually roomier than that, and I think I actually have more trunk space, to be honest with you.
So here's the question. Is it actually a GT86 or is it a BRZ? Which one is it?
No, it's the Scion one, I think.
Oh, so it was an FRS.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the FRS, but it's all the same stuff.
It's a Toyota Baru.
Yeah, it's fine. It's all right. I'm not gonna lie. We all start our car phases with what? Something front wheel drive, usually a Honda. There's lots of aftermarket support, so everybody does a Honda. It's cheap to get, or used to be cheap to get into. I don't know nowadays. Front wheel drive, you can get parts everywhere, anywhere, junkyards, off online, internet, local parts stores, whatever. And then everybody out here, Midwest, they always go through, or anybody in the mountains always goes through an all-wheel drive phase. Townies and flatlanders and ocean people, not really, but
I'm right there. I'm right there right now with the WRX.
They do the all-wheel drive thing. So I was a Subaru one. It's usually between the Mitsus and the Subarus. That's kind of the all-wheel drive fight. Four-wheel drive stuff's kind of a branch off from that later on, yada, yada, some mud and off-road and rock climbing. But I already went through a Subaru phase, so I didn't think I was ever going to have another box or anything ever again. But I'm not minding it. It's all right. It's a very well-balanced car. I will give you that. It's snappy. You can go. It's low horsepower, but it doesn't weigh anything. So
you know what else is low horsepower?
Yeah.
Actually, lower horsepower than that.
Yeah. But didn't one of the guys that helped develop the old school A86 drive it, and they did a review on it, I think, or something, and I have to I think I remember watching it years ago. I mean, there's so much stuff on the internet nowadays. It's hard to keep up and remember everything you've seen, but he was talking about it and he's like, oh, this feels like it does. It feels like a modern, balanced A86, little econo. I'm going to work. I'm going to go get some groceries. I'm picking up kids from school, just everyday kind of car that does have some appeal. I mean, and it is actually not a bad looking car. I didn't like them at first, but now that I kind of have one and it kind of fell on me, I'm like, all right, this isn't too bad.
I like the FRS, the GT86, the BRZ. When the first generation of those cars came out, because now we're on the second. The FRS is gone, but it was Scion, which was Toyota, and Toyota just sort of
Toyota thing, like Lexus and stuff. It's the same.
Scion,
Daihatsu, Lexus, Toyota, Scion, all that. Same
Scion is to Toyota what Lexus is up trim, except Scion is down trim allegedly.
Yep. It's supposed to be affordable, kid, hip, buildable, do stuff car.
Yeah, but anyway, so you've got, and it's the same chassis, FRS, GT86, BRZ, exact same chassis. The Subaru guys will whine, they'll complain, they'll say, well, the Subaru one, the suspension's tuned a little differently. It doesn't matter. They're the same car. They are the exact same car. And they are a collaboration between Toyota and Subaru. Now, Toyota did much of the suspension development. They did much of the chassis development.
You can tell, yeah. And you can tell the Toyota with the suspension and the chassis. It feels like a Toyota suspension and it feels like Toyota chassis. It does.
Yep. And then the drivetrain itself is Subaru, but rear wheel drive. So of course that is the correct wheel drive. If you are going to have one of the two drives, well, I guess all wheel drive, there's three. You're going to have one of them. Rear wheel drive is a good one to have. And what I love about that chassis is it feels balanced. I've driven them before. It's really fun in just daily traffic. It's because it's low power. You can just ring that thing out. You're having fun with it. You're chirping the tires going into second with like 190 horsepower, and you're just having a great time.
I think the 6-speed was a little excessive. They would have been fine with a 5-speed in it, manual, honestly. I would definitely suggest don't get the automatic. Do not get the automatic. Get the manual transmission. And if you don't know how to 3-pedal, learn to 3-pedal. It'll be fine.
Yeah. I think we should actually, we're very engaged on this show with politics as it relates to cars. I will say we need a bill that actually makes it a crime, maybe a misdemeanor, if you buy a GT86 or a BRZ without a manual transmission, barring from any sort of physical injury that genuinely prevents you from driving it, right?
And then there's me. I'm like, sounds like more government. I'm good. No.
Yeah, but you see,
I get what you mean. I think it should just be something like, "Hey, you bought an automatic, huh?" And they just slap you across the face and they're like, "Enjoy your car," and you drive off at it, and you're like, "What just happened?" This is supposed to be a driver's car. You got an automatic. You're not the driver anymore.
And again, there's folks who really do need the automatic,
And
but
it's fine.
I mean, yeah.
Look, take your pick, do your choice.
yeah,
Run
we
your
actually,
run.
you know what? We're just happy you're driving a car at the end of the day. And
Yeah,
that's your,
we're glad you're into cars because there's a lot worse things you could be into. So
yeah, whether it's manual, auto, we do lean towards the manual side, but
although I have to say, every time you keep reminding me that it's a Subaru thing, I'm like, Pride Month. There's still a few more days.
so you've been sending me Subaru memes. It's my turn to get you back.
I have been.
Oh, man. You're listening to the Automotive ADHD show. Coming up after the break, we're talking Pikes Peak Hill Climb and more. Don't go anywhere.
Some call him the Toyota God. Others say he ran for mayor.
Introduce you to the candidates running for mayor. So today it's Jim Miller.
One of your priorities that you've laid out is fixing the roads in Colorado Springs.
Jim Miller.
Mr. Miller, you also have 30 seconds.
That was Jim Miller, just a guy.
All we know is he's just a guy with more cars than friends. Jim Miller is on Automotive ADHD.
Yes, he is. Jim Miller, just a guy, joining me here on the show. I'm your host, Matt West, and as is customary when the Jim Miller intro rolls, we have Jim Miller here in the studio. Now, Jim, it's interesting. I was thinking actually while that intro was playing, the liner in there says with more cars than friends, and it has me wondering, so that FRS you bought, did you sell anything before you bought it, or are you just adding more cars to the pile?
I plead the fifth.
Well,
I'm not answering nothing.
There you have it. I think in this case, silence does prove guilt. Silence can and will be used against you. Oh, man. You know what we ought to do? I had someone recommend this to me, actually a listener, who said that we should do a contest and have people try to guess how many cars you actually have. And they win something if they actually guess how many cars you have.
If they actually legitimately guess, like a bingo thing, like a bingo card of guessing.
No, it's like those things like
the jelly bean jars.
Jelly bean in the
you're
jar.
Like,
That's what
I guess how many jelly beans is in there, and then win.
Yep.
What do they win?
I don't know yet. We're gonna have to figure that out. We're gonna have to. I'm thinking about this on the spot.
And a stomp on the toe.
Well,
there you go. Personalized.
I've got more of the golden ratchets. I'm sure we could probably work one of those in there. We have Jim Miller stickers. We could work a few of those in there.
Maybe we'll make them special. I'll sign some.
Ooh. All right.
We'll sign some. We'll autograph some.
We didn't plan this before, so we're kind of coming up with this on the fly. But
you can have lunch with me and hear how grumpy I am all day.
Yeah. Oh, see, there you go. There you go. That's the way to do it.
Would you have a spicy chicken sandwich? Spicy chicken sandwiches in my time were much better than now. I'm from a different era.
Back in my day,
we used to pump our fuel and then go in and pay because we had dignity. We're a better generation. And they're like, oh my God, this guy's just mad.
Just mad
I'm
all
not
the time.
mad. I just wish it was better.
Oh man. Well, anyway, you can let us know what you think. A, let us know how many cars you think Jim has. And B, what do you think the prize should be? Because I've got a few things we can include in there, but we could sweeten the pot with something else. So let us.
It will
know.
not be pot.
Yeah. Okay.
So
yes,
know.
it will. I know this is Colorado, but we can't.
We just didn't want any confusion on that. We'll add some more things to the prize bin.
The prize bin. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
we got to keep for clarification because we know what state we're in. So
good call.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I've just thought of something though.
I'm listening.
So here's the problem. Actually, I've just realized there's actually a problem with our giveaway idea because they have to guess how many cars you have, and presumably the person who is the closest to the actual number wins. But do you know how many cars you have?
I do not. I actually do not know how
so
many
there's
cars.
our whole contest up in there because
I have to go to a lot of. I have to count a lot of stuff. I can find out. I can find out for everybody. I will find out. I need to find out.
You're going to have to find out so we can actually do our giveaway.
I'll have the correct answer by the time people start guessing, and we'll put a timeline on it and get everything going. We'll do a real contesty thing. And then if like 2 or 3 of you do it, we'll do the random spinning wheel generator thing.
Oh, yeah. Yep, we can do that.
So we'll do that. So if it does come down to like 12 people guess it right or something, then we'll do the spinning wheel thing with the 12 names, and we'll do a top 3 prize.
I think we should have like an independent third party actually count your cars. So like you don't even know. So you have to guess how many you have.
I have to guess too.
You have to guess
I might win my own prize.
Oh, man.
Who are you having lunch with? Myself.
And he's still grumpy.
Right.
No. Oh, man. Well, hey, let us know what you think. Facebook.com/Automotive ADHD. You can comment on the YouTube video of this as well. Spotify does comments. And I'll keep you posted on the giveaway here. We'll make it official. We'll make a way for you to actually submit some entries into it, and we'll have some good stuff for you to win. So, now, Jim, before we talk about Pikes Peak Hill Climb action, okay, I, as you know, abandoned you while I was in Japan. I left. You did something on my radio show. I don't know what. I have no idea, but the radio station was still intact, which is good.
It's fine. I didn't burn it down.
No, it was still there, and the license for the FCC was also there too. So I believe you and James Fiddler did a good job hosting the show while I was gone.
I can do better. I'll improve more and more I do it.
I've heard some good feedback though, and I might have listened to it a little bit. I think you did a nice job. But while I was in Japan, I had the opportunity to get some things, and I'm gonna
as you reach into the window of your Corolla there.
I just dropped something. So hold on.
Oh,
yeah. Okay.
He just dropped stuff.
I have a few items. I will give you one of. I have this to give you, a gift, a Japanese car magazine, and then I have these that you can peruse through, though I think I'm going to keep these on my coffee table for at least a little bit.
Okay.
But we have a couple of these, and then...
Is this one with an FJ40? Is that a Jimny?
That's a Jimny.
I'm honestly going to fight him and steal this because I already know I won the fight because I have an old Suzuki Jimny. So I keyfered this one.
Okay, all right. It's yours. It's yours.
I did.
I also have one of two choices.
I keyfer Sutherland, that one. That's mine now.
I have one of two choices of Japanese snacks. So the first one here is Kit Kats. These are Kit Kats, but they are Mount Fuji flavor, and they come in a little...
They taste like a mountain?
I don't know. Blueberry cheesecake. Blueberry cheesecake.
Do they just take your breath away like being on a mountain?
I don't know, but now granted, I have been giving these out to various people, so I cannot gift you the whole box of them because I have a finite amount, and it cost me a lot of money to fly to Japan and back. So these are actually really expensive.
All right.
So it's $2,500 for that one actually.
Yeah. We'll get right on top of that.
Anyway,
put it on my tab.
But then I have I want you to do a live taste testing on the show.
You want me to have people hear me eat? That's weird.
Well, let's see what we got here because I have. So you can taste.
I've heard there's a thing like that where people like to hear noises of people eating and stuff. I'm like, what? That sounds weird.
Well, that's not on this radio show.
You want me to just take a taste of it and tell you what I think?
Yeah. You don't actually have to do the eating sounds necessarily.
That just sounded extra.
But this is another Japanese snack, a delicacy actually. Spicy grilled and dried squid legs. Okay. So squid legs, and then you have a Mount Fuji flavor Kit Kat, and you can choose to eat those in whatever order you would like. Granted, this isn't very automotive themed, but maybe when you're driving, you want to have a snack in the car.
They're cup holder size. They can fit in the cup holder, the center console, the glove box. I can throw it on the dash. Maybe I heat the squid up on the dash in the sun.
I like that idea. You can grill it on the exhaust manifold.
So I'm supposed to try these now.
Yeah. You didn't know you were trying these.
No, I didn't. Wow, that does.
I didn't actually know you were trying these until
that does
10 minutes ago.
Hearty. That's very ocean smelling.
The thing I found about while you look around for that one, 20-second rule.
10. Done.
There's been a lot of stuff on the floor of this garage, but. Give it a shot.
My hands are still dirty from working. I really came from working to here to eat this.
All right. So it's probably, I've had squid before. It's probably a little chewy. Thinking about it. Yep. See, while he's doing that, I will, he's looking at the package now. I'll narrate this a little bit. But while I was in Japan, there were a lot of things. There was definitely some culture shock there, even if you sort of know what to expect. There were a lot of things that you don't really know what the food item is, especially eating at a restaurant. You're just like, whatever that guy's having, I'll try that. And you don't know if the creature that has found itself on your plate in a very artistic form, you don't really know what sort of noise it made when it was alive. I mean, you don't. I mean, it could have gone quack. It could have gone woof. You just don't know. You don't know. But I don't know what noise squids make, but that is definitely squid because, well, it said so on the package. What are we thinking?
It tastes like the ocean. That's for sure.
It smells like the ocean. I can smell it over here.
It smells like the ocean. It's very hearty. It is a very hearty.
Oh, man.
It is a very hearty chunk of squid. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I like calamaris. I like seafood. I get a little scared about eating seafood this far inland, to be honest with everybody. It sounds terrible, but I get a little worried about it. I like seafood. It's very chewy, like very chewy. Like it's like super squid jerky is the best way I can describe it. And it does taste like the ocean. It definitively tastes like the ocean. I can smell the ocean.
And now I'm trying to waft it towards the microphone, so of course our radio listeners can smell it as well.
Smell-o-vision.
And I'm looking at the ingredients here, but
squid in Japan.
Squid in Japan. It says literally that, squid in Japan is what it says. So anyway,
it's very dehydrated. It is a super squid jerky, that is for sure. Like it's a lot of chewing. I will be very frank with you. It's a lot of chewing.
Yeah. I can. Are you still on that one piece? That one piece? Man.
It's hard. I've never eaten on television or video or radio.
Radio, television. We're on all of it. We do it all. We do it all here.
Man, and I should have started with the Kit Kat. It's not going to be as chewy. I know what the Kit Kat is.
We're going to be on the other side of the break, and you're still going to be working on that one piece of squid jerky there.
It's hearty. I will have to say it's very, very hearty here.
Yeah, wash that down with some that's green tea flavor, so that monster.
Appropriate.
It's appropriate, yeah. It works. It works. And while I was in Japan, though, I mean, there was a lot of fascinating stuff, and I think we can get into some more details on that in a little bit, because I got a lot of hill climb stuff to get to today. So I know if you've been listening to the show, I told you last week I would tell you all about the amazing history and the realizations I've learned about Toyota, of all things. By the way, Jim, I learned something about Toyota I didn't know, and maybe you didn't even know it. But again, I'm going to keep dragging you along a little longer.
We're going to find out. I'm going to try this Kit Kat first.
Yeah. Oh, see it. Hold on for the camera there. Oh, we missed it. You already ate it. It looks like it's got like this gradient color to it. Check that out.
Yeah, it's blue.
Yeah, it looks like the mountain. That's cool. All right. So how does the Kit Kat fare? Following up with the squid, obviously. I'm sure the squid probably changes the flavor of it a little bit. But what are we thinking on that?
I don't know. It tastes like something that maybe a Klondike bar would have been. It's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of breezy, not minty though, is the best way I could probably articulate it. It's supposed to be kind of cool or something though. I can tell that with it. I think I should have tried it before the squid.
Maybe before the squid.
But yeah, no, it's got flavor to it. A different flavor. It doesn't taste like no Kit Kat I've had around here.
That again is Mount Fuji flavored Kit Kat.
It seems like it almost should have been like a Klondike bar flavor or something.
I think Mount Fuji flavored Klondike bar. I'd buy that. So, hey, you're listening to the Automotive ADHD show. We will actually get back to talking about cars, the Pikes Peak Hill Climb, and more. That's coming up right here after the break. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
This is
Oh, man, you are listening to the Automotive ADHD show. That was Jimmy Ford ripping it in the corners just before Glen Cove at the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb, brought to you by Gran Turismo. And I was there, and that was a tremendous experience. It was an unusual hill climb year. I will say that. It felt very unusual. But before we get into that, joining me across the table here, Jim Miller, just a guy. And Jim, we had, before the break, I had subjected you, actually. I won't say given to you. I had subjected you to some Japanese snacks. That squid was one. The Mount Fuji flavored Kit Kat was the other. I had just returned from Japan, if you're just joining us. And I spent a little over a week and a half out in Japan, and I saw many, many things, and it was very different. It was very unusual, I will say that. But Anyway, Jim, we were looking through some of the magazines that I brought back, and
you gave me some books. I like that.
Yeah. So we've got I got a Land Cruiser magazine right here if you're watching on video, and this is a beautifully, like, photography wise,
honestly, and then
gorgeous.
The Jimny one's pretty good too.
Like, wow.
I keep for Sutherland that one just because I do have a Jimny.
Yep, and these were actually pretty expensive magazines, if I recall. These were for a magazine, at least. What was this?
The quality's good though. Honestly, like the paper and stuff. Somebody cares making this.
This was 2,400 yen for this one, so like
$20.
Yeah, a little less now, but yeah, about there for that. But now this one, on the other hand, this one was
all right.
This is like a paper cover magazine. It's a little smaller. It's a little thinner, and you were flipping through it during the break there. And
I was appreciative and thankful for my gifts. I wanted to look. I don't get a lot of things given to me in my life, so I was very appreciative. But yes, I was perusing. Go ahead, continue.
Well, and you were perusing through that right there and looking at some of the various cars and accessories. And these magazines are showing off not just the cars themselves, but they're showing off different accessories. Like this Land Cruiser one I'm looking at, they're demoing here. I just opened it up to a random page, and they're demoing various wheels and over-fender kits and all sorts of neat stuff. And in that one there, you found something flipping through the pages that I find remarkable, actually.
Yes, it is remarkable. It shows a man laying down to drive, and then it's what looks like and appears to be, I don't know what you can or can't see on there, but there is a man laying down.
Hold it up to this camera over here.
Right there is a man laying down. Then there's a whole aperture over here-ish showing him laying down. And then it shows brain activity, shows, pedals, steering wheel, and some other stuff.
That's a steering wheel?
I'm guessing so.
Oh, okay.
I'm not entirely sure. It almost looks a little inappropriate, if not provocative. And then what looks like at the bottom, I would assume, just as it being an ad or a testimony from doctors to let you know that we know the neuroscience. It's fine. Follow the science.
Follow the science.
Just the science.
Only the science. Can I see that real
you
quick?
You can see that. It looks like some just friends driving.
I think what's happening here is they put a man in some sort of brain scanner, and they set him up with a steering wheel and pedals so they could figure out like what's happening in the brain while you're driving.
I thought they were going to see how long it takes till he falls asleep driving.
Oh, that I could see that. But I could also see something very different here because
I like how we're making our own stories up about it. It was just two guys and a large field and an 8-lane road with no traffic. So they decided, let's lay down and drive.
All I will say is that and we might put it in the video as B-roll. The graphic they have chosen for this, that to represent this is really unfortunate. I'll call it that. We'll call it that. Unfortunate.
It makes me not want to follow the science. I will tell you that much.
Anyway, so now let's delve into away from that. Let's delve into some hill climb. So, the Pikes Peak Hill Climb, Jim, you went to FanFest with me last year.
Yes.
And you got to see a lot of the race cars there and a lot of that. But this year, we didn't do a booth at FanFest for a variety of reasons, but I was still at FanFest, cruising the streets. We were getting video, interviewing drivers. We're going to play a little clip from Brett Dickey here in a little bit as well. So we will do that. But having said that, you had an interesting opportunity, Jim. You met Rob Dahm just totally by chance.
Yes. I was doing work. I didn't get to go to FanFest or have any fun because I tend to be very overworked and overtaxed.
Hey, join the party.
Yep. No, it's a fun party. Everybody's welcome.
Yep. And that's all overworked, all overtaxed, and not enough money for car parts. And speaking of things that are overtaxed, fees. Anyway. Carry on.
But yeah, no, I did get to meet Rob Dahm. He was pretty busy. It was a pretty neat experience. I'm not going to get into too much detail where and what and all this, but I was doing some other work and it just happened to be, and he was doing some computer stuff. Very, very nice guy. Super busy, very humble. He was a very pleasant person to speak to and stuff. He even made a little video for my son to like say hi to him because he's at his mom's and stuff, and he wasn't here for this season. So it was nice of him to do that. And I got some pictures with him, and I got some pictures with the car, and some of his crew was showing me some of the stuff on the car and some of the things they were working on. He was doing a lot of what I call beep up booping computer stuff that's well beyond me, where I'm like, yes, I can use a computer, beep up boop. I'm using it right now. I had no idea what was going on. I'm assuming some tuning and adjustment and some prep work and many other things going on.
Though, don't get me started on what tuning for rotaries is like. I mean, internal combustion's internal combustion, right? There's still a thing happening there. There's compression. There's spark. You got to tip
your hat to him for picking the avenue that is probably the most difficult, I would have to say, for getting torque and I mean, you can get horsepower, but getting torque out of it is just it's a challenge. And I had a little rotary phase, but it was with old 80s, RX-7s, the old little jelly bean looking ones. But
I feel a sneeze coming on. Apex steels.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So anyways, it's fine, and there's a whole thing with it and stuff. So I'm very lightly, vaguely familiar with the 80s technology version of it. But man, I mean, you got to tip your hat for being like, yeah, you know what? I want to challenge. I'm Rob Dahm. I'm going to go be challenged with rotaries. And you're like, holy crap, man.
And he's doing stuff with rotaries to his credit. Now, you have to be.
That's why I'm saying tip your hat to him, because he's doing stuff where he's like, I'm committed to rotaries. I will make them work. And even if I destroy them, I will figure out how to make the next one work from the failures of the other. I almost feel like he's an astronaut.
Foreshadowing? Is that foreshadowing? We'll talk about that.
I do almost feel like he's kind of like I don't know, like the astronaut of rotaries or something, where he's like, I will take it, one giant leap for mankind, one small step for man, or whatever.
Right.
One rotary, no, two rotaries for mankind, and 3 rotors for one man. And you're like, all right, man.
One small apex seal.
Yeah, whatever it may be, but you have to tip your hat to him to being like absolutely committed to it and like building it and not just talking the talk, but walking the talk.
Absolutely. I absolutely respect that. And the fact, I mean, what he's doing with rotaries is groundbreaking. He's doing a lot of stuff that no one's done before. And he's got this thing where he starts with a couple of rotors, then he adds another one, and then he adds another one, and then he adds another one. And then now he's doing stuff no one's ever done. He's doing billet housings. He's doing all this crazy stuff. And, it really, I mean, some people might call it lunacy, because you are committing to quite literally the most unreliable platform probably known to man and achieving the bleeding edge of performance through that. And I commend that. As someone who commits not so sound financial decisions, I respect that. I commend that.
He picked the lane and stuck with it. I will give him that. And I think when they get boost and some other things, you add the unreliability part. I don't totally agree with the unreliability when it's just an NA and just a putt-putt and you're like driving through town.
And if you maintain them correctly, guys can get a lot of mileage. Just nobody
driving,
does.
Yeah. But I have to say, Rob Dahm is a very humble, very pleasant person. His crew's good. It was a pleasure meeting him, and I thought it was a very nice experience on just randomness.
I love it. Hey, we're going to come back from the break. We are going to give you a heads up. We foreshadowed on it a little bit, but something happened to his rotary, and I have the clip from that coming up here after the break. You're listening to Automotive ADHD. My guest, Jim Miller. Don't go anywhere.
He's the nut behind the wheel and behind the mic. This is Automotive ADHD with Matt West.
Oh, man, now that is a bummer. Rob Dahm came around that corner there. We heard a loud pop, and the rotary appears to be no more. And the sad thing is that if you follow this road and you go around that corner, the finish line is just around that other side. I mean, just around it. Oh, and the finish line's a little short today. It's at Glen Cove because of a wind issue at the top. But, man, he was close. That's heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking for sure.
Oh, man. So we were talking about that. We foreshadowed a little bit with some rotary things. I'm your host, Matt West. I'm here with Jim Miller, just a guy.
Hello.
And so Rob Dahm, he's pushing the bleeding edge of rotary stuff there. Now, it was interesting when I was doing the commentary on that live right there. I was like, this is very disappointing. He's so close to the finish line. Meanwhile, what I didn't include was a shot of him. You maybe saw him there, but there was a shot of him after that with him with his phone out. He's vlogging. He's recording stuff for his YouTube. He's like, yeah, look at it. I blew the car up. he was not disappointed at all. And I think that's the right.
He's pushing the limits and he's doing things that nobody else is doing. He's on his own thing. I kind of feel like he's his own Captain Kirk, if you will. He's just like going where no man's taken rotaries before. And you're like, go for it, dude. I'm not a rotary guy, but I'm all about it. I've always liked the design and the shape and the of the RX-7s, all the RX-3s, all that stuff. I like the way they look. They are, for each era, very pleasant looking vehicles, honestly.
And I'll be very unoriginal and say that the FD RX-7, the body style of his, is gorgeous. I mean, yes, that's a basic like car guy opinion. Everyone loves how the FD looks, but that's a good looking car.
Yeah, but they all are. All the RX-7s are. But I mean, he's doing his thing and he's committed to it. Like I said before, it's phenomenal. I mean, to just invest that much time, energy, and effort, and then build off the failures. Mm-hmm. He's one of those, like, I can relate with that. I learned by failing. I learned by pushing the limits and failing, or things I don't know. And just, what'd you do? I'm not scared of it. I'm not going to be scared of it, because if it destroys itself or whatever, I'll learn from it and I'll make it better the next time. So, because I build off failure, that's how I've been successful in life, and, still breathing and kicking and have stuff and do things, because I just do it. You can't be scared of things. And I will tell you, no risk and no reward. And Rob Dahm's got that as his forefront. And I have to say, especially after meeting him and everything, very impressed just as a person, and very impressed with his commitment to it. And like I said, he's his own Captain Kirk, man.
Yeah.
He's taking rotaries where no man's taken rotaries before.
Taking that that Dorito engine boldly into a place of the unknown. And what's interesting too is, so I mentioned there, you heard in that clip that the course was short. So we had a terrible wind delay. And I was up at Glen Cove. I got up there with my media pass. And one of the things I like to do, the media pass doesn't get you in there the day before, but a camping pass does. And if you load in morning of, even with a media pass, they have you loading in at like 1:30, 1 o'clock or whatever in the morning. And it's a rough day from that point. So I like to get up there. Every year I do the hill climb. I get in with my media pass, but I get a camping pass, and I come in the night before, get set up to camp. And what happened at Glen Cove is we had some insane winds. I was trying to camp in a hammock, by the way, in 55-mile-an-hour gusts.
I'm imagining like one of those old Fred Flintstone cartoons where it just spins around. You're just stuck in it. You're like, went from hammock to net, and I guess I'm bear bait now.
Yep. And the crazy thing is, so at Glen Cove, it just happened that I was able to get the camping pass at Glen Cove. I really wanted to be down at the starting line and get some coverage with Jimmy Ford. We'll talk about him on another episode. Jimmy's doing some great stuff. And of course, we support his racing team here on the Automotive ADHD show. But
we support all the racing teams. Anybody committed to doing it, we're all about it.
And Jimmy goes full send.
Yes,
Jimmy goes full send. But anyway, so but I was able to get the camping pass for Glen Cove, and it just total by coincidence, they cut the race short to Glen Cove. That became the new finish line. And it's because of those winds. Well, we saw like 55-mile-an-hour gusts at Glen Cove. It was blowing people's tents away, collapsing their like rooftop campers. It was nutty. No one got any sleep. But up towards the summit, they were getting 75+ mile-an-hour winds. And I mean,
hurricane speed winds.
Yeah. But imagine you're already doing like $125 through these corners or whatever. Well, maybe not quite that fast. The straights are that fast though. But you're going, 100 miles an hour. You're at the summit. There's a 10 million foot drop off to your right, and you suddenly get hit with a 75-mile-an-hour gust out of nowhere. It's going to throw you right off.
It's going to Richard Hammond you right off the crack right there.
Yeah,
without the Richard Hammond part, just nature going, nope.
Yeah, a lot of sky, ground, sky, ground. We've all seen.
Here's how your arrow works now. Sideways. Nope.
We've all seen that hill climb Evo that went off from a few years ago. Man, yeah. But anyway, so because of that, they had to cut the race short. And we had like a 2.5-hour delay at the beginning of the race. And they didn't know what they were going to do. They didn't know, are we going to wait?
High winds and everything's like taking a flight. It's like 2-hour delay and like a flight. You're like, man, this is the worst Southwest ticket
you're
ever.
Hanging out there watching people's tents blowing off of the side of the mountain. And granted, I definitely feel for the people who were staged much higher up, because Glen Cove isn't quite past tree line. You're close to tree line, but you're not past it.
Right.
And the coolest hill climb action, especially at Pikes Peak, is always up past Hill Climb. You got the big rock drop-offs. I mean, that's where people go. So a lot of the spectators were up there, and there's only so much you can do. But
they're just watching the win that day.
Exactly. But I have, speaking of Rob Dahm, by the way, I've got a clip I want to play for you. I want to get to Brett Dickey as well. I had an awesome interview with him at FanFest, but we're running out of time. But I want to play this clip from Rob Dahm. I was at Glen Cove when his Rotary exploded. And then I moved to that position where you saw that shot at the beginning of this segment. But let's listen to the disappointment from the crowd, even though Dahm wasn't disappointed. And what you're not seeing there on video was after I had stopped filming there, you could even see a little plume of smoke coming up from right around that corner. And
I don't know who that Jonah Hill sounding sad guy was, but he was very Jonah Hill's. No, like they just took his last donut. No,
yeah, my gosh, you could hear the bang, and then you could hear it coming. Oh man, it was no fun. I guarantee you know what that was? Expensive.
Yeah, no,
very expensive.
I'm not gonna lie, I was on the edge of the thing going, what exactly precisely was it? You're like, expensive. Yeah, it was money.
Yeah,
it's definitely money.
What happened? The money left it. It departed. So,
yes.
Oh man, but the Hill Climb. I mean, and just to wrap this up, I'm going to have to get to that Brett Dickey interview on next week's show. I sat down with him for about 5-6 minutes, and we talked about his S2000. We talked about how he was feeling racing this year.
Of course you talked to him about the S2000.
Oh, did I let that slip that he has an S2000?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Of course you did.
Oh, I let that slip. I let the cat out of the bag. I saw, hey, cool S2000. Oh, it's Brett Dickey driving this S2000. Now, granted, he's been in that S2000 before, and we have had a race engineer on this show in years prior when covering the Hill Climb, Amir Bentatu. And Amir has worked on that S2000, but this year, Amir was not out there at the event. He was doing his own thing. Amir races his own cars, too. He's got a K24 swapped NSX race car, which is cooler than mine because I don't have an NSX with a K swap. Yeah. But anyway, just to run you through, we got about a minute left. Here's some stats on the Hill Climb. And Simone Fagoli, which is a person from Italy, and
Techno-Luigi.
Luigi.
Techno-Luigi.
King of the Hill there with a total time. And these times are going to freak you out if you're used to Pikes Peak times. Total time, 3 minutes and 37 seconds.
Holy crap. That's shorter than most segments I talk on.
Yeah. 3 minutes and 37 seconds. Again, that's because the finish line got moved to Glen Cove. And that is one of those things. It's a heartbreaking thing for the drivers, too, because they're coming up to set a record.
A record,
right.
Not a sub-adjustment record, I guess, would be a nice way to articulate it.
Exactly. So, hey,
hopefully next season's on point, though.
That's what I'm hoping for. And Jim, we got to get you up on the mountain on race day. I think that needs to happen.
We'll be there this next season. We'll do a little more prep work and manage our time better.
Yep, you heard it here. You're listening to the Automotive ADHD Show. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you next week.